of this, any of the videos where I did wishes and I was showing off all the wishes that I got, in the next 24 hours, I'm going to be taking those down and unlisting them. I worry that me promoting this game has maybe led to... Holy, I can't even get through this. I've got pretty well every quest in the game, and I think that experience is going to be very interesting to watch, and kind of what I was thinking is we would do an update every 5 levels of kind of where the character's at. And I have a recommendation for you, and it might sound weird. Don't get AR40 soon. Don't try to speedrun the game, because it's going to ruin it. Because I'm a content creator, and because I'm playing this game full-time, and I'm treating it like a damn job, I was smashing out quest after quest after quest, day in, day out, and I beat all the quests in the game. But once you get into 30, 35 AR, literally... the only thing to do, if you try to bang out all the quests like this, is daily commissions. And resin. The first 20 or 30 hours of this game was absolute AAA bliss. It was incredible. I was running around Starfell Valley. I'm going around to Mondstadt. I'm going to try to fight a giant wolf. There were chests everywhere. There's Geoculus and Animoculus, and there's side quests and daily commissions coming in. I've got resin to use. It felt like I was overwhelmed, and there was just so much to do. This is the best month I've ever had on YouTube. My best month before was with the Division 2 when it launched, and Destiny, and I had almost tied it, 7.6 million views. On Genshin Impact, we're at 18 million. So we're almost tripling my best month ever.
Genshin Impact will damage gaming probably forever. First, there was traditional DLC, then on-disc DLC, then microtransactions, then season passes, then loot boxes, battle passes, and now even forced unskippable advertisements in the loading screens of 2K Sports. Throttles down the player to a painful and completely unplayable crawl. The idea is simple: make them so frustrated, so angry, and so stuck, so immovable, that they must pay some money to overcome the terrible system. Is no logical or mathematical justification for the price of AAA games to increase nearly 20% from $60 to $70, but next generation consoles are doing it anyway. Almost every single notable publisher has begun distributing their games through a proprietary first-party storefront, again, eliminating online retailer cuts and retaining more of the profit.
Apple, Google, and yes, Steam charge is that those who don't know, basically anytime you make a purchase in an app-based game like Fortnite, the payment gets processed either by Apple or Google, depending on whether you own an iPhone or an Android. In exchange for this service, Apple or Google takes a hefty 30% fee, which, you know, is pretty massive. Most other payment processors like Visa or MasterCard or PayPal have what's known as a credit card fee. Those are usually around 3 to 5%. That's why certain stores you go to, especially smaller stores, have credit card minimums for their purchases. If you pay with a credit card for something small like a pack of gum, the store can sometimes lose money on the purchase, or it's just not worth the extra fee for that like $1 total. So
online, games do not need to increase in cost. Anyone who argues that games need to rise in price is intellectually deficient. Don't make the game too fun. Make sure it isn't too skill-based.
So for the sake of example, we're utilizing Kaya here, right? Kaya's level 4. He's hitting for 1500 on a basic attack, 900 to 1500. And you guys are like, what the hell, D? Why is your Kaya hitting harder than most of the heroes that I use in my box? However, Amber, on the other hand, she has a doll that provokes, right? And this provoke can literally be used to provoke anything, which is really, really good. And that's it. And then you got Fire Rain, and then you're like, with the small radius, you're like, what do I do with my life? And then you just write her off. However, if you were to invest in Amber, you would realize that you actually get 2 dolls later on, especially, you know, if you guys are going through constellations, you guys can detonate these dolls to deal 200% damage. If you guys use the charge attack here, and you can use them to detonate, and with significant amounts of stats and skills, and if you do make the full investment, Amber can be an absolute monster when it comes to DPS because of the fact that her ult fills up so fast and you can utilize it so quickly. Not to mention that when you get this to level 8, you're dealing 800% damage.
Studies show that if you provided a reward every time the button was pressed, test subjects just eventually got bored or felt like they'd gotten enough, and as a result, they stopped pressing the button. But if you only gave rewards to the test subject some of the times, either randomly or on a set timer, they kept coming back, pressing the button over and over again, sometimes indefinitely. For making players anticipate an eventual reward rather than giving it to them immediately, game makers can make them want to play just a little bit longer. In the case of loot boxes, you're always buying something. You never hand your money to Blizzard for a loot box and find that that loot box is empty. That would be what a casino's like. Maybe you get something, maybe you don't. Would you rather have loot boxes that give you nothing and then have the government classify them as gambling and regulate them, or would you rather just keep them the way they are, unregulated? That seems to be the option that we're faced with here. Or if you do want to call loot boxes as they are today gambling and then regulate them, where does it stop? You'll also need to regulate magic cards and baseball cards and by logical extension bags of Skittles. And if you think that sounds stupid, why? Consider this. I buy a bag of Skittles and expect a certain number of red and purple ones because they're obviously the best flavors, but instead I always end up with like 70% yellow and orange. I lost the gamble. My loot bag of Skittles gave me a bunch of crap flavors and I am outraged. Well, that seems like an extreme example. It's a slippery slope towards any product that involves random chance, and the lines only get blurrier the further you go. So
Delve into destiny. On uproot.
no rest for the wicked.